Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Desire Dialogues. It's your friend, Sex Coach Lauren. This is a podcast, a space where we honor all parts of pleasure, the loud, the messy, the tender, and today, the silent. So this episode is a love letter to silence in sex. Not like the awkward kind, but the really powerful present kind. Because in a world that tells us good sex should be wild and noisy, full of moans, full of dirty talk, full of the things that you see on TV, right? Maybe silence feels uncomfortable. Maybe it even feels a little wrong. But I want you to consider this instead. What if silence in sex is sacred? What if silence is where our deepest presence, our rawest intimacy, and our most intuitive connection lives, right? Connection without words as the signals. So let's explore that today together. So why silence feels so fucking vulnerable, right? Maybe you've experienced this too, right? You're in bed, things are building, and it's quiet. And your mind goes to, are they bored? Am I boring? Did I do something wrong? Should I say something? So we're actually kind of conditioned to associate silence with disinterest. We expect noise to confirm desire. We think sound equals connection. Do you feel me? But what if silence is actually the invitation? What if your partner is just so attuned, so immersed, and fully there with you that words really aren't needed? So let's name why silence feels vulnerable. It removes performance, it leaves room for self-doubt, and it also is going to force us to feel. But that's also why silence can be so erotic, right? So the erotic power of silence, all right? Silence in sex isn't going to be like the absence of connection. It's actually a whole different language in itself, right? This is that language with breath, skin-to-skin contact, eye contact, breathing, that unspoken knowing where you're just moved to touch different areas of each other's bodies without directions with words, right? So when you strip away this pressure to say or to perform, what's left is sensation. What's left is energy exchange. What's left is fucking presence. And let me just tell you a quick story from a client. All right, we're going to keep them anonymous as always. They said to me, they're like, I thought something was wrong because we were both so quiet. But then I realized I was actually more in my body than I've ever felt before. And that's it right there, right? The silence brought them back to their body. Without the words, they could fully hear their body. And this is where true soulful sex lives, all right? Let's talk about, okay, how do I invite this into, intimacy? Whether it's solo partnered or, with a partner. How about this? First one, you could do eye gazing without words, all right? Sit across from your partner or a mirror. Just breathe and look. Let your eyes do the talking. See what comes up. Number 2, 5 minutes of silent touch, okay? So you agree not to say anything, not to make any noise. Just explore the skin or each other's skin and notice everything. Right? Set a timer if you need to. Number 3, let the sound be, breath, not actual language. So, yes, moaning is beautiful, but explore what it's like to breathe together, to sync your exhale or sigh with the need, without the need to say anything with it, right? Just a deep sigh without that having to have words to explain it. Number 4, how about a debrief? Debriefing after. This is key. I love debriefing. You get to check in, see what went good, see what, not so great, what you want to add next time. So after the silent practice, you can ask, what did you feel? Or what did I feel? What did you notice that surprised you? Was anything challenging? So silence becomes powerful when it's chosen, not when it's confused for disconnection. So I really just want to bring it home with, silence in sex does not mean anything's missing. It might mean something's finally fucking landing, right? When we strip away the noise, we meet ourselves and each other with breathtaking clarity. So here's your invitation. Try it. Go silent. Feel everything. All right, my friends. If this episode shifted something in you, if you want to share it with your partner, try these exercises, share the episode, share with a friend who's looking for a little bit of something extra with her solo practice or practice with partners, right? I'd love to know what you discovered in the quiet. Feel free to message me. I'm always on Instagram. I always love to hear from you. All my info is in the show notes. Check out my link tree. We got some initiation style quizzes when you find out what's my initiation style. We also have what's my sexual archetype quiz. So I have a few quizzes. I got some resources and info on how to work with me. There's a few different ways. My favorite new way is a Pleasure Collective membership coming very, very soon. I am wrapping up all the little details, and I am so excited to create this community and this collective where pleasure is something you're actually taught, and it's something that is not shamed. It's something that's not hidden, and it's not something that we need to be afraid of. It is yours. You are entitled to it, and the only permission you need is your own to experience more. So until next time, listen deeply, feel fully, and trust. Pleasure doesn't always need to be loud to be real. Bye, my friends.